One Direction fan fiction is being developed into a movie. So we actually talked a little bit about Wattpad in another episode, and this erotic writer, Anna Todd, she wrote on Wattpad, which is basically all fan fiction. She wrote a One Direction fan fiction, which a lot of people do, but hers specifically got 1 billion reads.
What?
1 billion reads. So of course this was then quickly developed into a book. Now it has been adapted into a screenplay, a movie, and a lot of people are up in arms because of the content saying the lead character, who's based on Harry Styles, is abusive, is violent, is trying to take her virginity by a bet. We'll talk about all of that, and it's not a good example for all the young readers. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
My safe word is directioner.
0 writing styles.
More like one erection. So a number of people are saying that this book, because the two lead characters, Harden, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Harden, who's supposed to be Harry Styles, and then his buddy, who is supposed to be Zayn. Yeah, exactly. Have this
Zed,
bet.
I think they changed it. So the thing was they couldn't keep the names the same because they didn't want it to be so clear that they were actually One Direction members. So they changed Zayn to like Zed, and Harry's name is now Harden.
So a lot of people are up in arms saying, again, that these are, so the 2 male characters, they're having a bet who can take her virginity, and the Harry Styles character continues to have while he's still dating her, he's cheating on her, he's abusive apparently, he's violent, and so people are saying this is not the right example. What do you guys think?
Well, first of all of my friend reads fan fiction. Well, I think whatever works for people. I think that if it's a consensual relationship, sure, there's that sort of like power play. And I think that a lot of people probably fantasize about 2 people that they have a crush on competing over them. So I think that these are themes that sometimes, may not necessarily take place in a very healthy way in this situation, but I think that there's a lot of themes like wanting to be competed for.
Yeah.
And then there's always, this is not groundbreaking in that, like, She's All That. I don't know if anyone saw that movie, where it's like, every single movie that comes out that targets teens, and at the end she finds out, I was a bet.
What bet?
You were paid to take me out by the one person I truly hate. I knew this was a setup.
My bet? Am I a bet? Am I a fucking bet?
And there's that scene, and then it just breaks down after that, and then all the producers are like, all right, let's just end the damn thing.
Yeah, Can't Buy Me Love was the same premise. And we have to remember this is fiction. These are books. And I remember growing up, there was a number of books that I read that were incredibly violent, or they dealt with incest. And you have to remember that you don't want to censor books. Yes, it comes down to the parenting where they have to decide whether or not you're old enough to read those types of books. But I think, again, these are books. I don't know. I see both sides because I can understand as a parent, I wouldn't want my kid to think that is an example of who they should or shouldn't be with, or to somehow idolize that. But I agree with you in the sense that, this is just another story for somebody to explore, and it's fan fiction.
I think that it absolutely. I think that it's someone's own choice what they want to read. And obviously these aren't, examples, they are fictional.
Why are we thinking of censoring or not censoring this when we don't even know the material yet?
Yeah.
I have a device to make all well.
Oh.
Here we go, and it's my iPhone. Here's an excerpt from After with Harry Styles. Cue the music, please.
Okay. Yes, it is called After.
You've been with so many girls, I blurt out, and he frowns. None like you, he says. Do you have a condom, I ask? Oh, I'm not going to have sex with you, he says, and I begin to panic. His fingers move a little, and it shocks me. Does that feel good, he asks, into my mouth. So there's a lot of steamy romance.
Oh yeah, they're comparing it to 50 Shades of Grey in the sense that there's a lot of steamy romance, but of course 50 Shades of Grey is a lot more adult, but they're saying that this is like a PG-13 version of that.
One thing that I think is strange is that we have no problem letting violence be on television and kind of normalizing that sort of behavior. So why is it like, it's sexy, like, these girls probably, if they're reading fan fiction in their room, they probably don't have a date on a Friday night yet anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's any anything to worry about.
And I'm sure they've read a lot worse on Wattpad.
I like the idea of what?
Whatever it's called.
Because, like, you know, back in the day when you wanted to censor books, you burned them. Like, what do you do when it's all digital?
Yeah.
You're just, like, throwing your
Smashing
iPad. Okay, I'm glad we did that. Now I've messed up my computer.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so what do you guys think about the One Direction fan fiction called After? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys next time on Pop Trigger.